So what you have to do here is to complete, okay? To remember, these are the verbs, the base form. Bend. The past of bend is? What's the past of bend?
Bend.
Bend. And the past participle?
Bend to.
Also bend. Yes. In the case of broke, broke is the simple past. What's the base form?
Break. Break.
Break. Break. And what is the past participle of break?
Broken.
Broke. Broken. Broken. All right, continue with the rest, please. You have 1 minute. Uh-huh. Yes, double T, right? Clock. And so if it's a regular verb, what's the past participle?
Clogged.
Clogged. What's the pronunciation? Cloud. Cloud? Clog. Yes, eliminate the letter E. We don't say clogged. Okay. Base form, the simple past is crack. This is easy. It's a regular verb. So what's the base form?
Crack.
Oh, sorry. Crack, no. Crack. And the past participle?
Cracked.
Cracked?
Cracked.
Crack. We don't pronounce the letter E. It's not pronounced in these two cases. In the next case, yes. What's the simple past is floated. What's the base form?
Float.
Flawed. And the past participle? In this case, we do pronounce the letter E. Floated. Floated. Okay. The base form is freeze. The simple past?
Froze.
Froze. And the past participle, the name of the movie?
Frozen.
Frozen. Yes, the name of the movie. Okay. The base form is jump. The simple past?
Jumped.
No, the E is not pronounced, so it is jumped. And the past participle?
Jumped too.
The simple past is stained. The base form?
Stain.
Stained. And the past participle?
Stained.
Stained. Yes. Thank you very much. So that is the card. Any problems? Any questions about these words? Maybe about the meaning of these words? Any questions?
No.
No problems. Excellent. Now, let's everybody open our books on page 193. Okay? Page 193. We're going to practice a little. Do you have this page already?
Not yet.
Not yet? Okay. Please, page 193. You have 10 seconds to find it. Very good. No. What happened to the basement?
That basement is
Flooded. Yes, flooded. What happened to the lock?
The lock is broken.
The lock is
Broken.
jammed. Correct. It doesn't open. Doesn't close, doesn't open. It's jammed. And what happened here to the drain?
The drain is closed.
The drain is
Clogged.
clogged. Very good. Clogged. Clogged doesn't exist. Clogged. And finally, what happened to the keys?
Keys are bent.
Very good. The keys are bent. Then, okay, here we use a simple past and here a verb in the past participle. So what is sentence number 2? She she broke. suitcase. The state of the suitcases
Clear suitcase.
are very good. Packed. Excellent. Packed. Not pockets. Packed. How about number 4?
He closed the door.
He closed the door. What's the state of the door?
Door is closed.
It's closed. Thank you. And finally,
The cool weather froze.
excuse me, why do you say the cold weather? Is it necessary? No, it's not.
Froze the pips.
Yes. How do you say tuberías in English? Finally, what's the state of the pipes?
The pipes are frozen.
Do you have any problem? Okay, please now let's go to page 194. And there is one last activity. You have to complete here with the correct form of the verb in parentheses. You decide if you complete. You have 2 options, okay? 2 options to complete. The simple past, or the verb be, the past participle. You decide. You have 2 options. You decide if you complete with the verb with the simple past or the past participle, or any other form of the verb. Or also, you can complete with the base form of the verb, okay? You have those 3 options. And you have 1 minute, please, to complete the 7 sentences. Excuse me, was that me? Johan? John? Okay, please read. Number 1.
This room needs a lot of work. The walls cracked and the floor stained.
Thank you. Cracked and the floor stained. Thank you very much. What's your opinion? I agree, I disagree. What's your opinion? What do you think? Yes, verb being necessary. So the walls are cracked and the floor
Is stained.
is stained. Thank you. Now, please, how about number 2? Ivan, okay.
It rained a lot, and now the house is
Flooded. Thank you. What's your opinion? Okay, thank you. Remember, you have 3 options, the base form, the simple past, or the verb be and the past part. How about number 3? Is there any other volunteer for number 3? Okay, Jesus.
Don't jam it.
Yeah. The lock.
Don't want to break.
What's your opinion? Thank you, Jesus. What's your opinion?
I disagree
Okay, why do you disagree?
with the first part. Don't jam the key into the lock.
Yes. Don't simply down. Yes. We are using the base form. Look, don't jump. Yes. The key into the lock. You don't want to break it. Thank you. How about number 4? Daphne, what happened? We were waiting for you in number 3. Microphone, yeah, in English. What's your opinion? Okay. Who disagrees? Okay. So is, no. And the letter instead of wrote, is someone broke. Incluyendo las week. Okay, thank you. Any other correction? Yeah, it's broke. Yeah. So, do you agree? Everybody?
Teacher, in the last part is broken.
Yes, broken. Okay. So, someone broke the window last week and it's still broken. Thank you. How about number 5?
Miss.
Yes.
A little boy has thrown something into the sink. Now the drain is clogged.
Can you repeat the last part, please? Now the drain.
Now the drain is clogged.
What is the correct pronunciation, remember?
Clogged?
Clog. The E is not pronounced. Clog.
Clogged.
Thank you. What's your opinion? What's your opinion?
The first part is true.
Well, yeah, it can be, but this is a present perfect and it is acceptable too. Yes, the little boy has thrown something. It's acceptable too. But if you want, you can say fruit. No problem. Both are okay. They both make sense. Yes, they both make sense. How about number 6?
What's the best things to do when your car door is frozen?
It's frozen. Thank you. Is that okay for you?
Yes.
And the last?
Manual.
Oh, can you repeat?
Manual.
Okay.
This game doesn't work because it is bent.
This key. Yes, not K. This key. All right. Thank you. Please, before we continue, do you have any questions?
No.
Other questions? Something to clarify? Maybe something that you don't understand that I need to explain again?
It's clear.
Okay. Similar to the previous activity, here, complete the sentences with the correct form of the words in parentheses. Again, remember that you have 3 options, okay? You can use the base form, the simple past, or if it's a state, the verb be, and the past participle as an adjective. Yes? Complete please the sentences. You have 1 minute. So then let's go directly to activity D. Yes? We are going to work, please, right now, you are going to work only on the section problem. The section advise, no. Okay? It says, think of something in your home, your classroom, and your school that is broken or not working properly. So you have to use the vocabulary you learned. Think about a problem in each of these places. For example, at home, one problem in my house. For example, my bedroom floor is stained, for example. You have to use the vocabulary that we learned, right? Classroom, oh, you haven't been to your classroom for a long time, but remember the last time you saw your classroom, what problem did it have? For example, in your classroom, the log is jammed, for example. Yes, and in your school, remember your school? Yes, it could be IGNA, your school, or your university. Maybe you can say, the toilet are cracked, for example. Yes, simple. Now, excuse me, are you going to copy the same problems I wrote? Excuse me, are you going to copy the exact same problems that I wrote here?
Yes, miss.
No, these are my examples. okay?
Okay,
Other examples, please. Don't copy this because these are my examples. 30 seconds, please. Okay. So, for each of the problems you have detected, you have to ask two classmates for advice. Okay, pay attention, please. Let's suppose that, remember, my problem here was my bedroom floor is stained. Yes, now I am going to divide the class in 4 groups. There will be, you are 17. There will be 3 groups of 4 and 1 group of 5 people because today you are 17. And you have to, in your groups, you have to ask 2 classmates or two members of your groups to give you advice about the problem. Okay? But it's not, for example, I am Mayra, one person in my group is Lucia. I say, Lucia, my bedroom floor is stained. That's it? No. You need to create a short conversation. Okay? For example, this is my problem. And I say, very simple. Person A. For example, hey Anna, can you help me with something? Person B is Anna, obviously, right? For example, sure, Mayra. What's the problem? For example, what's the problem? Person A, Mayra says, you explain the problem. My bedroom floor is stained. My bedroom floor is stained. What can I do about it? For example, what can I do about it? And then person B will give advice using the expressions we learned yesterday. For example, remember? Have you thought about calling an expert to clean it for you? If you like the advice, you will say, oh, great idea. If you don't like the advice, you're going to say, what? Remember one of the expressions, you can say, well, I don't think so. That's too expensive. Then person B will say, I don't know, give another piece of advice. Or again, using the expressions we learned yesterday. I know what you should do. Buy, for example, I don't know. For example, let's say, limpia todo, Sapolio. It's a great product. Clean floors. It's just one example, yes? I'm not sure if it's true or not. To clean floors. Oh, thank you. That sounds good. That sounds great. Okay, so this is the advice from the first person. So what is the advice I accepted from person 1? There are 2 suggestions, but I only accepted 1.
maybe.
What? In this conversation, there are 2 pieces of advice, but I only accepted 1. What is the advice I accepted? Yes, so that's what I will complete here. Bye. Limpia todo. Portfolio. Okay. Then I have to It has to be a conversation. It's not, Maria, my bedroom floor is stained. Oh, vale, limpiamos a pollo. Okay, thank you. No. Now, obviously, I am not saying you have to start necessarily with this